It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since you bring it up, why don't we just start there? Dr. Verma, I wasn't sure I understood your answer to Senator Moody a moment ago. Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
Hey guys, Tyler here. Today I have to explain why exactly men simply cannot get pregnant. It is kind of sad that I had to make a video like this because it seems as though every single day common sense is increasingly less common, and we got to a point where we have no idea if men can actually get pregnant or not. So I'm going to set the record straight and say that men simply cannot get pregnant. So I guess the main question then becomes, how in fact do we in fact know that men just simply cannot get pregnant? One major biological differences between men and women is the simple fact that men have a penis and testes while women have a vagina and other kind of different reproductive systems. For example, the testes allow men to produce sperm, while the uterus can in fact carry a baby up to, of course, 9 months. And obviously, every single month, a woman does in fact get her monthly period. So if gender refers to how someone feels psychologically, then biological sex refers to a characteristic of a person that they just simply cannot control. You simply cannot control the outcome by the time you were conceived to have a penis or a vagina. It's something that actually happens during the development inside the womb. And so basically, all that kind of stuff you simply cannot control if you're a guy or a girl. And so that's what biological sex refers to. And so how a person feels doesn't necessarily supersede the biological reality that they actually are. So if I'm biologically male, but I somehow feel biologically female, it does not necessarily change that I'm biologically male. If I'm biologically female, but feel biologically male, it does not necessarily supersede the physicality of which a person actually a girl or woman. So when it comes down to the issue, like, if men can actually get pregnant, the answer is no, because of biological differences between men and women. So not only are men and women different in terms of bodily autonomy, but also they're different in the fact that for average men, they're actually stronger in comparison to women. When it comes down to testosterone, men produce much more testosterone in comparison to women, and women produce much more estrogen. When it comes down to strength, yeah, of course they're stronger than women. And so these sort of things is what make a man a man. These sort of things are what makes a woman a woman. When it comes down to gender and sex, you just simply cannot disconnect the two at all. And the main reason why I say you simply cannot disconnect gender and sex is largely because in terms of brains, there are differences in brains for males in comparison to females. So a male brain can make a man feel like a man, and of course a female brain will make a female feel like a female. And so the two things are interchangeable. Not to mention, when we talk about issues about a person's gender reveal, obviously they're referring to the body parts in which the person has inside the womb. And so in lexicon, people don't even disconnect the idea of gender and sex because they're both all automatically interchangeable. And so this sort of idea that if someone declares themselves to be a woman, therefore they are in fact a woman, is nonsensical. Let's take, for example, me. If I identify myself as an attack helicopter because I feel like an attack helicopter, does that automatically mean that I'm therefore an attack helicopter? I would say that the answer is no. You are not, in fact, an attack helicopter, no matter how many times you say that you're an attack helicopter. But more so to the point, if anybody could be a man and if anybody could be a woman, then the definition becomes incredibly blurred to the point that society gets confused about certain issues. And there are going to be more people that actually are hurt as a direct result because of this blurred line. Let's take, for example, for the fact that for the case of gyms, there are many men who self-identify as women going to changing rooms and actually invading women's spaces. There were cases of men identifying themselves as female playing in women's sports, and so on and so forth. And so if the line is so blurred about what exactly is a man and a woman, and nobody have no idea what exactly is a man and a woman, and that anybody could be a man and a woman by self-identity, more and more and more people are going to get hurt as a direct result of it. And society will be confused.
It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.